Okay, so new recording. I just posted a TikTok earlier about the moon currently being in Cancer and how Saturn is in Pisces. We also have Neptune in Pisces, and the sun just transited into Pisces. This is a very powerful conjunction. This is an trine. This is a supportive alignment that is very supportive for creative endeavors, as I posted on TikTok. You know, wherever Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio are in your will, wherever those houses are, is extremely important that you are very aware of what's going on within you, right? Honoring what's going on within you and the area of life wherever your houses are. So for instance, if you're a Pisces ascendant, it will be your life, your personality, and all your personal affairs. And your second house, it will be your values. And so on the wheel. I'll do another video about that. Right now, I just want you to focus on understanding the significance of the water houses, the karma that's tied to the water houses, how Saturn is the planet of karma, and how Saturn is giving us the opportunity to close out this cycle. However, if we are not being aware, especially now with the sun in Pisces this next 30 days, being aware of what's coming up, what's showing up, who's showing up, how it's showing up, being honest. It could be, very negative to not be aware, honest, starting with yourself. Starting with yourself, because when Saturn gets to a house, there are no excuses. Once Saturn transits a house and Saturn takes away the other lights of that house, right? We see the reality of what's going on, because Saturn doesn't reflect light. Saturn and Venus and Mercury gets along pretty well. So, with Venus, you will attract individuals who will reflect whatever those aspects are. And I'll have to do another video on aspects. But those of you who are, relatively, you relatively know a decent amount of astrology, you're understanding aspects. For, anyone who's new, I'll address that in other videos and stuff. Right now, I'm really honing in on the Saturn transit because it is so important for karma, for releasing, right? Past emotional wounds, past whatever wound that there is tied to the house. Like, for instance, I have Pisces in my second house, Cancer in my sixth house. So the sixth house is a karmic house, and the second house is a house of values. So I have karma tied to my own values, that I'm granted the opportunity now to deal with, to address, and to not deny or pretend. Pisces is a very creative sign. However, with that creativity can come a lot of illusions, delusions, and things that just aren't in our best interest. So doing the work, that's what spirituality is about. Honestly, at the end of the day, that's what astrology is about. At the end of the day, is doing the work, addressing what needs to be addressed, releasing, and then moving on to create new. In Aries will get a fresh new start, and we won't have those lingering debts. We'll no longer have those lingering debts. We can move forward in Aries and truly trust ourselves, truly start afresh and anew, and not have to rely so much on that Libra axis to people please, overly people please, overly compromise, where, at the end of the day, you'll get the short end of the stick. Relationships are about balance, and value. Venus is about values. So if the relationships are out of balance, you will not receive what you're worth. And if you're allowing the exaltation of Venus in the sign of Pisces to delude you, to accept less, or even to give less, to de-appreciate or overly appreciate. You know, it's just understanding and being honest and real about this. And Saturn is granting us all this opportunity right now. And I just encourage you to pay attention. This is real. You know, these transits are real. And in my own life, I have been head deep into, you know, religion, philosophy, spirituality. And astrology is the most practical in my experience. And I've done a lot of study, I have done a lot of experimentation. And in terms of facts, astrology is just facts. Of course, there's a mystical aspect to it, a metaphysical aspect, as I like to. However, but it's all dealing with creation and destruction, and in life, death, cycles. So I just encourage you guys, you know, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, that, you know, you're aware and that you're making the most wisest, using, pulling on that Jupiter. Take care.